I'm Susan Roberti, and welcome to Let's Talk Tail Waggers. It's been quite an exciting summer for me. I fell, and I'd like to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for all the love and support that you gave me. It was quite a tumble, and all your prayers. There's friends and neighbors, and especially my family at home. They just were so great, and they got all the stair things go right up and down, and got everything ready for me when I came home from the hospital. It was really terrible, and I didn't know if I wanted to come back from it. I just felt very old, and getting old is a really tough process, I'm finding out. And my father used to say, when you get old, you have to be brave. And I would look at him and think, but you do. You have to be very brave. So if you have a senior citizen in your life, love them, support them, always make them feel needed. That's why I am a school guard. I went from my business to being a school guard. And I think being needed in our later years is the most important thing of all. When people would say, well, what about your show? You're going on vacation. And the pain, and it was so frightening. But I got up and I tried every day. So please love your senior citizens at home and in nursing homes because it's really hard to be getting old. I never thought it would be so hard. But there's a lot of good things about it too. And I thank everybody again for all your prayers. All righty. I have everything written down here. Family, friends, okay. Now, this is my water show. I do it every summer, I know. But I have to remind everyone, water for your pets, water for the birds, any of God's creatures. This heat now is so horrendous. And, when it rains, it doesn't stay long because it evaporates and they're without water. But I was sitting on my side porch and watching people. I live on a very dear, sweet street. And I saw so many people walking their dogs. And I'm so proud of them because they do it when the sun's going down, and they have bottles of water with them. But you have to remember that their feet, if the road is hot, you have to remember, if you take your shoes off and you can't stand the heat, they can't stand the heat. And that's one of the important things, along with water. Water is so very important. Yes, dogs do get sunburnt. So if you get your love groomed, please make sure that you stay in the shade because they will get sunburned just like us. And dogs that are very, very short-haired will get sunburned just like us. And most of all, too, their feet, their nails. And I've gone over this with you many times, which I will do again today for anybody new watching. Their toenails are so important. If they're clicking when they're walking, they're too long. And dogs have a cuticle that goes all the way around. So do kitties. And when they walk and their toenails are long, it breaks the seal under here. And bacteria can get in there, and they can get very, very serious illnesses and terrible things with their feet. So please, if you can't cut the toenails, take them to the vet. Uh, it's just so important for them because it makes them truly comfortable. And I watch people on my street walk their dogs. And some people are on the telephone, and some people talk to their dogs. And I love to see that. They tell them, good boy, come on, sweetheart, I love you. It's just the sweetest. They coo to them. It's very, very wonderful to let your dog know with every step you take in a walk that he is important because you are the most important thing to him or her. So please, please take care of the nails. Yes, and keep them off the hot pavement, cement. Walk them in the shade if you can find shade. Heat, they only can sweat through their tongue. And when they start panting very hard, they are overheating. And be wary. You know, get them in the car and get them home in a cool place because they hurt and feel like we do. They really do. Oh, and ticks. Dear Lord, ticks. There are so many ticks. But we have a new tick coming up from the south. And it's bringing a disease with it. And this is what I read. And, the little deer tick carries Lyme disease. But it's just not the deer tick anymore. All the ticks have Lyme disease. And when you walk your dog, when you get home, sit down on the floor and just rub and pet and come down their legs and up underneath their chest, and because they love to go underneath their arms, and check them and check yourself. This heat just makes them alive, truly makes them alive. And when you're cutting the grass or the kids running through the grass, we have to really be vigilant. I didn't believe that, but from what I'm getting told from the vets, that it's a very, very scary thing. And we need to take care of us and our pets. What else do I want to talk to you about? I have a million things I want to talk to you about your dogs. Teeth. Teeth, oh God. Your older dogs, I know, cost a fortune, and I'm so sorry that it does. But you need to get them cleaned or at least checked. And if they have any bad ones, get them pulled. That can fester, just like ours, and make them very, very sick. It goes to their kidneys and liver and intestines. And it's very important to have those checked. And I do understand that veterinarians cost a fortune today. But you can make payments, and it'll keep your dog around happy and healthy and be able to eat his food. And I would imagine if you talk to the veterinarian, if you're a senior citizen, he would or she would understand, that sometimes we just don't have all that money to do that. have their teeth cleaned, but to have them check them. It's very, very important. Get them their shots. Oh, please get them their shots. Distemper, rabies. We have a lot of rabies this year, and no one knows why. The raccoons seem to have it the worst, and cats go. You get a feral cat, and it'll go around there and gets bit, and it gets rabies. So, if you see anything suspicious, like a groundhog being outside in the daytime in the heat, goes the same with the raccoon, goes the same with the cat. Just stay away from them. Just please, and tell your kids to stay away from them. Because it doesn't mean that they have rabies, but chances are they do, because they're nighttime animals, and being out roaming around in the daytime is not right for them. What else do I have to talk to you about? I've got a million things to talk to you. Toenails. Oh, brushing. If you have a long-haired dog, try and brush them every other day. You can get them clipped for the summer. I know a lot of people don't want to give that beautiful fur up, but it makes them more comfortable and you more comfortable. But many times I've told you how to brush from bottom up, 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 up. You brush up and out. And it really works. And you should do that with your kitty cat too. They depend on us so much. When I fell and got hurt so badly, I thought about my two kitties, and they just went upstairs and laid on the bed and never came down until I come home. And that's what they do. They love you. And sorry, I cry. I know, it's terrible. But they do love us. And they were so happy to see me when I got home. And it means a lot. Your love for them means a lot. And if there's anything that we can do to make their lives comfortable, that's what I think we should do. And when we're walking them, we should be talking to them. The same as when when school lets out and the little ones come down and the mothers get them and put them in the car, some mothers just turn the phone on and start talking. And I stand there and I think, I have to keep my mouth shut. But children talk to you when on the way home. And if you're talking on the telephone, you're going to miss out on a real terrific conversation. And your pets are the same way. They can't talk to us, but they can show us with their body language. And a lot of times people miss that. They'll scratch and tell you they went outside. They have a look that they give you. But they do speak to us their way. And I've had so many people come up to me and say, you know something, Susan, it's amazing what my dog or what my cat does, or my turtle, or my bunny rabbit. They're just amazing. Sitting outside on the porch and watching the birds. Oh my, I just love it. It's so calming. And I'm glad I decided to get up and try again to do that. And I'm very happy that I can sit and watch the birds. Life is very, very important to me, is what I'm trying to say. And it was scary. But with all you guys out there, and I love you all, uh, wasn't so scary, and I wasn't alone. Ugh, I hate it when I cry. Get it together, girl. If you're going to go on vacation with your pets, make sure that you have their shots. I would take their papers with you, that they received their vaccines in case something would happen, God forbid. That's very important. And when you're at a strange place, in a campground or whatever, and you come outside and you're walking your dog, uh, and people come up to you, please ask them, please don't pet my dog. I know it sounds terrible, but until he gets used to where he's at, he might be guarding you, and that can become troublesome when little kids run up to him. So you keep him on a leash. That's, well, most campgrounds you have to. That's a very important thing. See, there's so many little things to have with an animal. And, oh, pig ears. Please do not buy pig ears at the store, at the pet stores. You know, those big things that uh, look really fascinating, and the dog will eat them like crazy. They're not made in this country. And uh, over in China and the other countries, they don't have control over what an animal eats. They don't care. They just make them and sell them and make money. So please do not buy those big pig ear things, because they're very dangerous, and they're dangerous for their intestines. Oh, the time goes so fast. What else? What other little thing would I like to say today? This is my favorite show because I get to tell you about things that black dogs. Did I tell you dogs absorb heat faster than white dogs? Oh, and if you're going to get a dog, a puppy, or an older dog from the Humane Society, sit down and everybody talk about it. Just don't go, oh, let's go down to the Humane Society and let's get a puppy and whatever. Talk about it. Sit down and say, this is going to be a chore for everyone, just not mom, just not dad. Everyone has to be included in this, and explain to them about the responsibilities of having a kitty cat or a dog or a bunny rabbit or a turtle. And children are pretty understanding, but you have to make a deal. I used to sit down and tell them, when one of my dogs would pass away and we're going to go and get another puppy, and we'd talk about it, and then we'd shake hands, literally. Let's make a deal. All of us are going to be in on this. It's just not going to be bring the puppy home, run outside and play. They're a big part of our life. They really are. And all the new and wonderful things that they are doing for our soldiers that are coming home. I read on the internet some of the stories of how the soldiers come out of their shells just by petting a dog or a cat. They're amazing, and the people that love them. I mean, I don't want you to sit them at the kitchen table and eat or anything like that, but love them and talk to them. That's the biggest thing, talking and playing with them. And they'll come around when you're a puppy. If you talk to them, they'll learn. Some are longer, and some take to it right away. But they're wonderful creatures. And birds, I could just go on and on. birds, the red birds, the blue jays, the hawks, all the just sit and watch them. And hummingbirds. I have hummingbird feeders. And those little guys come zip, 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 zip. And they're just amazing. Mother Nature is amazing. And the Lord is amazing. And loving them is amazing. What else? Oh, and they have the blessing of the animals too. Looking in your church, to take them because that's fun. You get to see everybody's pet, and it's just a nice thing to do if you believe in the Lord and God. It is. It's lots of fun. And take them down South Park and walk them is lots of fun. They're just wonderful. And I think Let's Talk Tail Waggers is all about that. And I have some shows coming up that I'll be going to people's homes and sitting and talking to them about their pets and how they got them and why they got them and how wonderful it is. And senior citizens truly need a pet. And I don't care if it's fish, something for them to feel needed and something to take care of. I know I had dogs all my life, and when I got older, I got kitties because I can't walk the dogs anymore, and it's not fair not to walk them every day. Come home, put the leash on them, go out the door, and walk them, and bring them back in, and that's all they ask, is just to be with you and you to take care of them because they will take care of you every day they do. I have some people that years ago used to say about their dog barking at night. And I'd say, well, one of these nights they're going to save your life because they're barking. You never know who comes around the house. I said, did you ever get up and go and see why they're barking? No. Well, they bark for a reason. And today, where I live, I never hear a dog bark. It's because they have to walk them on a leash. They have to keep them indoors. It's altogether different today than it was a long time ago. They're finding out more and more and more wonderful things about dogs. So I'm going on vacation. I didn't think that I would be able to go on vacation. 6 weeks ago, I didn't care if I went on vacation. But each day, with your love and caring in my family, I did it. So now my back is better and my knee is getting better, and I'm going to be a school guard again this year. And I wish you at home would become a school guard. We need school guards desperately. We really do. And I wish you would come up. Sometimes it's really cold, I know, but we dress warm, and I know you're out there in the cold, but you're doing a wonderful thing. And I truly feel needed. And I think I'd die if I didn't feel needed. And then you fall in love with the little ones. And they get to look for you every day and wonder why you're not there if you take a day off. It's a wonderful thing to do. So if there's anybody out there that needs to be needed, stop up at the police station and ask for Ken Kaufman. That's our sergeant. And he'd be very happy to speak with you. We got some new ones this year, but we need more. Well, it's time for me to say goodbye. I rattled on today, but I got everything out that I wanted to say. I love you all. I truly do. thank you. Thank you for everything. You have no idea of your love and support, truly. And I'm sorry I cry, but I'm a crier. Have a good rest of the summer. I love you. And thanks from all the tail waggers.